Hey guys, let's get more news about Steelers, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Former Day 3 pick impressing at Steelers offseason workouts. Some pundits have argued the Pittsburgh Steelers are a team that could add edge rushing depth this summer before training camp. That's essentially what they did last year, signing veteran Marcus Golden on May 24. But second-year edge rusher Nick Herbig appears to be making such a move less of a priority. The Pittsburgh Post-Gazette's Brian Batko replied to an answer in a fan chat on June 6 that Herbig has looked much improved during off-season workouts this year. He should be primed for a bigger role in year 2, Batko wrote of Herbig. My own personal observation from OTAs is that he looks more like an NFL edge rusher now than when he showed up a year ago. I think the plan is for Herbig to ascend to that significant third outside linebacker role now that Marcus Golden is gone. He should be ready for it. Herbig dressed for all 17 regular season games and the team's playoff contest last season. But he didn't play much on defense, lining up for 191 defensive snaps. Herbig also played 352 snaps on special teams. In a way, it was good news Herbig didn't play a lot. He didn't play because T.J. Watt and Alex Highsmith were healthy until the season finale. But the Steelers can't count on Watt and Highsmith playing in every regular season game again, which makes the third edge rusher on the roster very valuable. Saying Herbig is in a lot better shape now than last year probably sells short the work he put in ahead of his rookie campaign. But this offseason, Herbig underwent the body transformation a lot of young men desire, body recomposition. I don't want to say I put on weight, but just trying to lean my body out, get rid of all the excess fat and stuff I didn't need last season, said Herbig said, via Batko. The outside linebacker told Batko that he still weighs the same, between 235 to 240 pounds, despite adding more muscle this offseason. The Steelers hope that will allow Herbig to make a sizable leap during his second season. Last year, he had 27 combined tackles, including 5 tackles for loss, 3 sacks, and 2 forced fumbles. When Watt finishes his career, he could be remembered as the greatest pass rusher in Steelers history. There arguably isn't a better edge rusher for Herbig to learn from in order to develop. But Herbig is still taking a different NFL path, one much more similar to past great Steelers edge rushers. Watt arrived in the league as a first-round pick with the pedigree of being J.J. Watt's brother. But before the Steelers drafted Watt at number 30 overall in 2017, the team actually had a rich history of developing edge rushers, not landing more natural talent. An original member of the Steel Curtain, defensive end L.C. Greenwood was a 10th-round pick in 1969. In the 1980s and 1990s, the Steelers landed Greg Lloyd and Kevin Green in the 5th round or later. Jason Gilden and Joey Porter, both of whom remain inside the top 10 on Pittsburgh's all-time sacks list, were drafted in the 3rd round. Highsmith was also a 3rd-round selection. James Harrison, who is 2nd on the Steelers' sacks list, was an undrafted free agent. It wouldn't at all be surprising if Pittsburgh developed Herbig to follow in the footsteps of those previous stars. And unless the Steelers target edge rushing depth this summer, the team could use Herbig making a leap in his quality of play this year. Insider reveals one root of tense Steelers-Najee Harris relationship. The Pittsburgh Steelers, one of the most storied and consistent franchises in the NFL, have hit a rough patch with their star running back, Najee Harris. The once promising relationship has soured, per Steeler Nation's Brogan Noe, partly due to a series of strategic missteps by the organization and the immense pressure placed on Harris early in his career. Insider Mark Kabley recently shed light on the roots of this tension during an appearance on the PM team with Pony and Mueller on 93.7 The Fan. Najee Harris was drafted by the Steelers in the 1st round of the 2021 NFL Draft, coming off a stellar college career at Alabama where he lost just 4 games. His rookie season was promising, coinciding with the final year of Ben Roethlisberger's illustrious career. As Roethlisberger retired, the leadership void he left was substantial. In an attempt to fill this void, the Steelers thrust Harris into a leadership role, naming him an offensive captain in his second season. However, this decision may have been premature. They may have thrown him into that leadership role a little bit earlier than he was ready for, and it wasn't good for them to pull back on that last year. They portrayed him as that guy moving forward after his rookie season, and obviously, that didn't pan out. Ceedee noted. The Steelers struggled mightily in the post-Roethlisberger era. They started the 2022 season with a dismal 2-6 record, a stark contrast to Harris's college experience with Alabama. This losing culture was foreign to Harris and contributed significantly to his frustration. His difficulty adjusting was evident in his media interactions, which became increasingly terse and infrequent. Harris's inability to maintain his captainship going into the 2023 season further strained his relationship with the team. The offense continued to falter under offensive coordinator Matt Canada, and Harris's frustration was palpable. Unlike seasoned team leaders like T.J. Watt and Cam Hayward, who adeptly handle media interactions regardless of the game's outcome, Harris struggled to navigate these pressures. He even publicly requested more involvement in the offense, a move that didn't sit well with the team's management. The relationship between Harris and the local media has also deteriorated. Throughout the 2023 season, Harris often avoided post-game media obligations, contributing to a growing perception of disengagement. The situation worsened during the 2024 offseason when the Steelers declined Harris's fifth-year option, raising questions about his future with the team. Ceedee commented on Harris's reaction to the declined option, stating, "He won't even acknowledge anybody. We won't find out how he feels until Tuesday or Wednesday when he is required to talk." But, he was required to talk after games last year and missed 2 or 3 of those. The silence from Harris during organized team activities, OTAs, has only fueled speculation. As per NFL regulations, players are obligated to be available to the media, making Harris's reticence even more notable. His upcoming mandatory minicamp appearances will be crucial for clarifying his stance and future with the Steelers. The Steelers' decision not to pick up Harris's fifth-year option was surprising to many, given his talent and potential. This move has led to rampant speculation about whether the team is working on a new deal or if Harris's time in Pittsburgh is nearing an end. Ceedee's insights suggest that the early pressure placed on Harris may have done more harm than good, impacting his performance and relationship with the team. Analysts proposes Steelers trade George Pickens for Cowboys' Ceedee Lamb. The Pittsburgh Steelers will continue to be at the center of wide receiver trade rumors until they make a move for a number 2 boundary receiver. While the common names thrown around when it comes to Pittsburgh have been Brandon Ayuk, Deebo Samuel, and Courtland Sutton, Bleacher Report's Brad Gagnon proposed a trade that would see the Steelers trade George Pickens and a second-round pick to the Dallas Cowboys for Ceedee Lamb. Unlike the rookie receivers already mentioned, George Pickens is established in the NFL, despite being just 23, Gagnon wrote. Still, the Steelers could opt to maximize their weapons for Russell Wilson and Justin Fields. Because Pickens is coming off a 1,000-yard sophomore season, this would be slightly closer to a player-for-player deal, with Dallas saving money and gaining some draft capital and Pittsburgh doing everything in its power to get this right. This move makes quite a lot of sense, considering the Steelers are in better cap shape than the Cowboys. Lamb is coming off one of the best seasons in NFL history for a receiver, pulling in a league-high 135 catches for 1,749 yards and 12 touchdowns. He is set to be a free agent in 2025. While landing one of the 3 best receivers in football would be tremendous for the Steelers, it would still leave them without a number 2 receiver. They'd upgrade their number 1 target, yes, but would more or less just be in the same situation they are in now. Now, could they go out and trade for another receiver? Yes. That is where you would likely see a Treylon Burks or John Mechie be brought in for next to nothing. And you fan? What do you think of the situation of Ceedee Lamb? Leave your opinion in the comments.